Okay, sorry about that. We're back. Hopefully we're all good and ready to go. Let me know if the volume sounds any different to you. I had to go handle something real quick. We're all good now. Put stuff back up over here in the corner. Should be good to go. Alright, cool. Was it Miss Jinxie Tenma who first discovered the crime scene? That's right. And this photo here shows what she saw when she opened the door. Miss Tenma had a key, allowing her immediate access. A key? So then the fox chamber was locked? Yes, and Miss Tenma had the only key to its door. Really? So all the Kyobi didn't have a key to the fox chamber? Actually, he had a master key for most of the doors in the manor, but it disappeared after his murder. Disappeared? You think the killer took it? It could have very well be connected to the murder. We're looking into the possibility now. But it's the timing of Miss Tenma's discovery that I think is most important. Of course, I'm not going to share that information with you. You think you're some kind of champion of justice, but you're just plain old mean. I won't fall for that, you shameless rascal. I only help the good little boys and girls. Shameless rascal? Who even says that? Well, I wouldn't exactly call you a good little girl either. Those feathers and tracks look like something a yokai might leave behind. You don't actually think the murderer was some sort of monster, do you? What's the name of that creature in the Forbidden Chamber? Tenma something? Tenmataro, Athena? We literally just heard this like 5 minutes ago. Because from the black feathers and big tracks, it looks like that creature did it. Our prime suspect would, no doubt, love to pin the blame on some imaginary creature. Can Tenma whatchamacallit even be made a victim of slander? I doubt the mayor would do something as childish as blaming a boogeyman. So, the most likely scenario so far is that Tenma guy left the feathers and tracks behind to make it look like the yokai Tenma was the killer. Wait, what now? I'm as confused as you! At any rate, I doubt Mayor Tenma would plant evidence like that. So, Mayor Tenma is our only suspect? That's right. Even his name, Damien Tenma, makes him sound like a villain. And he looks really scary looking too. Wait, are you telling me that's why he was arrested? Don't be ridiculous. He was the only one without an alibi. Oh, is that so? Yup. Other than the victim, the suspect, and Miss Tenma, the only others around were Mr. Filch and Mayor Tenma's aide. And the two of them were together at the time. Filch, the guy who tried to steal my bracelet. Just living up to his name, I guess. We should go talk to him again when we have the chance. What about Juicy? She's not being suspected at all? She may have no alibi whatsoever, but she also has no motive. It's unfathomable that she would murder the alderman and pin the crime on her father. Besides, do you really think a little girl could lift up this huge spear? True enough, that spear looks even bigger than her. That's all I can reveal, at this time. Well, you must admit Damien Tenma appears to be the most likely suspect. I admit it looks bad, but I'm still not buying it. Oh, and one more thing. I must warn you about the prosecutor. prosecutor assigned to Mayor Tenma's trial? That's the one. He's, how shall I put it, not what you'd expect. That is, unless you you faked a convicted killer serving hard time as a prosecutor before. What the fuck? Is that some kind of a joke? Gant? Godot? Who the fuck? Can I ask why a man in prison for murder is serving as a prosecutor? Because he mastered the use of psychology in courtroom battles. Everyone's talking about how this murder was the work of some strange creature. But yokai are nothing more than a figment of the imagination. They're baloney! Who better to prove this than the master of psychology? He's the best man for the job. But he's a convicted murderer. A felon at that. No matter how you look at it, that's just insane. Well, the chief prosecutor personally assigned him, so none of us are in a position to question the matter. This is really a dark age of the law. This prosecutor, he wouldn't happen to go by the name Blackquill, would he? Bingo! Simon Blackquill! So you have heard of him? You could say that. What's that supposed to mean? Well, I bet you don't know his official title. Ever heard of the Twisted Samurai? That's Prosecutor Blackquill. The Twisted Samurai? Is that because he's a criminal? Well, yes and no. You could say it has to do with the effect his crime had on things. How so? His conviction is what twisted and warped the legal world into this dark age of the law. What? And he, of all people, is going to stand in court tomorrow? Never fear. I myself will be there to protect you. That's reassuring, I guess. Well, you kids knock yourself out. Can't wait to see what you do tomorrow. Wait, Detective Fulbright. I've been meaning to ask you. Why are you barefoot? This doesn't look like the sort of place where you need to take your shoes off. Oh, I hadn't even noticed. Why am I barefoot? You honestly hadn't noticed till just now? What the fuck? Some dude stole his shoes. Wait a second, those shoes we found earlier. Excuse me, Detective Fulbright. These wouldn't happen to be your shoes, would they? Yes, they are. My favorite pair, in fact. Thank you for bringing them to me. You must truly be on the side of justice. Don't tell me Mr. Finch actually stole from a detective. Stealing shoes right off of someone's feet? That's pretty amazing. I find it more amazing that Detective Fulbright didn't notice. Well, looks like we've gotten all we can out of the detective, so let's see. Maybe we should go have a word with Mr. Filch. I want to hear what his alibi is. She's gonna take me there. The foyer. This is just awful. Terrible, I say. Somebody help! Oh, look, it's Mr. What was it again? Finch? No. The name is Filch. Phineas Filch. Keep on pilfering and you might wind up a jailbird instead. So what seems to be the problem, Mr. Filch? Oh, it's just terrible, I tell you. Come quick. Okay. What the fuck is the deal with him all of a sudden? Looks like some kind of mask. It's the Amazing Ninetales mask. The Amazing Ninetales? So wait, someone posed as him, did the murder, threw the mask out the window, and let whoever was in that chamber out. Oh, right. The wrestler who appeared during the festival special event. What's his mask doing here? He'd never take off his mask like this. Someone must have killed him. What? Who in the world would do such a thing? Let's go over there in private. Look. There's some white hair caught up inside this mask. There's white hair inside the mask. So what makes you believe the amazing Mr. Pinetails has been murdered? You really want to know, huh? You're a studious one, ain't you? Yes, and I mean no. Or, I mean, just tell me, goddammit. Well, it's like this. I dreamed of becoming a wrestler myself. Hey, how about you join me in the quest for the champion's belt? What a team! Me and my bandit's mask, and you and your demon mask of yours. Demon mask? Wonder if I could make it big. Hollow, let's save your pro wrestling debut until after the trial. Huh? Oh, no, I wasn't actually... why let him pull me off topic like that? Hey, brother, what's going on, man? How's it going? The amazing Ninetales is our village's savior, and don't you forget it. His trademark's a gold cape makes him look like the nine-tailed fox. He whirls around through the ring, smacking down Tenma Town wrestlers left and right. He sparked through the monster craze, revitalizing Ninetales Vale in the blink of an eye. Yep, saved our village from becoming a ghost town. Now it's a yokai town. Different type of ghost. Huh. The amazing Ninetales really does sound, well, amazing. Yeah, pretty amazing, huh? That's why he's worshipped like a hero around here. I'm proud to be from the same village as him. Come to think of it, you look kind of monster like yourself, Mr. Filch. Yes, it makes sense since you're from the same village as the amazing Ninetales. I know. A lot of people have told me I look like a yokai. Since when is that a compliment? Ah, what the fuck? Check your pockets. How did you do that? Keep it. I got lots more. A photo of the hero who sparked the monster craze and saved Ninetales Vale from becoming a ghost town. So, you keep saying that the Ninetales was killed. What's the story behind that? Are you saying he was murdered because his mask washed up along the river outside? That's the only part of it. The main reason is no one's seen him since the special event. The word round Ninetales Vale is that he was killed by Tenbataro. You villagers are really superstitious, aren't you? That we are. We love our conspiracy theories. Too, like the mayor's diabolical plot. The mayor of Tenma? What is he plotting? Rumor has it he's planning on releasing Tenmataro. That's why he wants to merge it. He'll open the Forbidden Chamber once he's in control. That's quite a tale. Ain't finished yet. There's only one person who can stop the mayor. Our hero, the amazing Ninetales. He vowed to battle the mayor of Tenmataro and stop the municipal merger. I couldn't make this stuff up even if I tried. Although, we still have to ask him about Alderman's murder, remember? Mr. Filch, would you mind telling us what you were doing at the time of the murder? I was in the caretaker's office, guarding the entrance like Mr. Kilby said I should. And I made double sure no one came in. I have a clear view of the foyer from where I work. You must be talking about the small room over there. Definitely looks like you can keep track of the comings and goings from there. And you have an alibi to back your statement up, Mr. Filch? I do indeed. I was with Mayor Tenma's aide. Florent LaBelle's his name. So the two of you were together. That's a pretty sound alibi, alright. And nobody came in or out of the manor around the time of the murder? Kept watching the whole time. Didn't see a soul pass by. And if anyone did, their security camera would have spotted them. So no one came in or out around the time of the murder. That means we're dealing with someone who was already inside when it happened. So, do you think this mask is the real deal? Without a doubt. This here's the mask worn by the great amazing Ninetales. What about that white hair I found inside the mask? Wait, I just thought of something. Remember the golden animal fur we found at the crime scene? Could it have been from this mask? Look, there's even a spot where some fur is missing. Then this places the mask at the scene of the crime at some point. Which means... What does it mean? Someone with white hair who is linked with the murder and is against the merger. No way. Could the amazing Ninetales and Alderman actually be... Something wrong, Apollo? You should see the look on your face. Oh no, it's nothing. Maybe Jinxie could tell us something since she works here. Oh look, there's Jinxie. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ice cream, and... Sounds like she's out grocery shopping. She must really like dairy products. Charmed to make a better milkshake and another to cure my lactose intolerance. Maybe she should just stick to soy milk. Jinxie, hey, it's me. Eek! It's the demon lawyer! Ah, not another worried charm. Damn it! I just got the last one off. Apollo, who is she? Oh, right. This is your first time meeting each other. This is Jinxie, Mayor Tenma's daughter. She was the first to discover the crime scene. Ah, so she's the one who... hello, my name's Athena Sykes. I'll be helping Apollo defend your father at, his trial. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you, too. Where's Trucy? She went back to the office ahead of us. But don't worry, Athena and I are on the case. Wait, how do you know that you didn't gobble her up alive? Relax, I didn't eat her up, and I wouldn't do such a thing in the first place. Oh, poor little Trucy. I'm about ready for some tears of frustration myself. She's quite an interesting character, huh, Apollo? Wait, Jinxie's a huge fan of the Amazing Ninetales. She'd probably freak out if I showed her this mask without the guy in it. What are you thinking? It would crush her if she figured out her favorite wrestler's dead. Guess I'll spare her the grief, although she really could use a reality check. That's fucked up. That's the Amazing Ninetales. He lives in the mountains right outside the village. He often comes to visit. Really? He doesn't sound very secret or reclusive to me. Oh no, he's not. In fact, he visits the village bathhouse all the time. No way! The Amazing Ninetales goes to the public bathhouses? Uh-huh. Like a true wrestling legend, he never takes his mask off. He only bathes in his mask. Uh-huh. And he has a towel that says, "Wrestlers wanted." If I saw a naked masked guy with a message like that on his towel, I'd run the other way. Jinxie, I wanted to show you that... Wait, Apollo, you can't show that to her! Having her father arrested was bad enough. Huh? Did you say something? Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Never mind. What's this? A Sukumogami? Sukumo, what? The yokai that inhibits objects has been used for a really long time. The head demon and the Sukumogami. What a strange combination. Is everything to her some supernatural phenomenon? What's this? She's saying Sukugami again. Over there. The Nine-Tails Fox is famous for imprisoning Tenmataro, but legends say that he also gave us the Nine-Tails flower and that he still watches over our village to this day. Wow, coming here is like traveling to ancient Japan with all the strange beliefs and all. All those yokai, the Nine-Tails flower, the Forbidden Chamber, and the list goes on. Uh-huh. It's like I should have been born here. Too bad the population is shrinking. But there's an effort underway to protect the yokai. It also helps the local economy. Protect the yokai? You mean like a dangerous species? Uh-huh. They're even planning to create a yokai wildlife park in the near future. Now I'm really starting to wonder about this place. Jinxie, do you remember any more of what happened? Not much. At least not yet. But you do think Tenmataro was the killer, right? That yokai that we saw at the festival. I don't know anything about that. Huh? But you said Tenmataro murdered the alderman. It's okay, Jinxie. You could tell. Ah! Yeah, what the hell was that for? People see things when they don't get enough sleep. There's no such thing as monsters. What? What's gotten into you? So if there's no monsters, you admit I'm human? No, you're still a demon. Oh, I give up. Looks like Jinxie doesn't want to talk about Tenmataro for some reason. But that's precisely what I need to know more about. Besides, you definitely thought there was a yokai there in the Fox Chamber. Jinxie, about this charm. That's... You gave me this when I was heading off to the scene of the crime. You thought Tenmataro was the murderer. That's why you gave this to me, right? That's true, but... If there's anything else you could tell us, it would really help. Please. And it'll help your father, too. Alright then. Why did you think Tenmataro was the killer? I saw him with my own eyes. Tenmataro was right there in the manor. He escaped his prison and ran right by me. What? Jinxie, tell us everything you saw. I called the police after I stumbled on the scene. I was just about to head back to the festival grounds when I saw Tenmataro. It was right around here. He was running at me. I was paralyzed with fear, but there was no one around to help me. Foul beast raced right by me towards the foyer. Towards the foyer? Mr. Filch and LaBelle were supposedly in the foyer at the time. That means they would have saw Tenmataro too. Sounds like we better get their statements. Considering Jinxie's mental state, her eyes could have been playing tricks on her. Paulo, remember the picture in this paper? Someone caught Tenmataro flying through the air? I wonder if it's the same Tenmataro Jinxie says she saw. Don't be ridiculous! Tenmataro is the killer. And he can fly too. Jinxie works at the Alderman's banner, so maybe she can shed some light on this. So no one knows that the Amazing Nine-Tails' true identity? Uh-huh. They say no one's ever seen him without his mask. Doesn't that make you want to know even more? Uh-huh. That's why matches where wrestlers try to expose their opponents are so popular. Wait, you mean expose as in strip them naked? Ah, you even think like a perverted demon. The only thing the winner removes is the loser's mask. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself. So you see, these unmasking matches are life and death with the wrestlers. That means this match didn't just happen to wash up along the riverbank. There's got to be a story behind it. No one can stop the amazing Ninetales. Bet she'd be shocked to find out he's really the alderman. About the yokai saw the scene of the crime. Anything else stand out? Mm-hmm. You heard this strange jangly sound. Jangly sound? Can you be a little bit more specific? My memory is kind of fuzzy. But I vaguely recall seeing Tenmataro holding a staff or something like that. Maybe that's what was making the strange noise. Does Tenmataro actually usually carry a staff? Good question. I've never heard anything like that, and it's not shown in the scroll. How about the other documents? Any of them show Tenmataro with a staff? This is the only known document depicting Tenmataro. After all, those who needlessly depict the demon are forever cursed. Now, what's the deal with Tenmataro you saw, Jinxie? Why didn't you tell me you saw Tenmataro earlier? Actually, Mr. LaBelle told me not to tell. Mr. LaBelle? Papa's aide. Oh, right. The other guy who was supposedly in the foyer at the time of the crime. What exactly did he tell you? Keep the village superstitions in mind. Before you go talking about seeing Tenmataro at the time of the crime. Village superstitions? They say you must not gaze upon Tenmataro, but in the event that you do look, and then tell anyone what they saw, Tenma will claim your soul. And that's something everyone here knows? Sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me. Uh-huh. Everyone from babies to the village elders knows about it. But I didn't because I'm not from around here. What? Hey, come to think of it. Huh? Why is everyone hiding their faces? Hey, you there! You mustn't stare at Tenmataro like they're movie eyes! They'll steal your soul if you're not careful! Huh? Steal my soul? Seriously? The guy at the special event thing said almost the exact same thing. Paulo, do you think this LaBelle guy actually believes in Tenmataro? I seriously doubt it. He's not even from the Ninetales Vale. Then why would he try to keep Jinxie from talking? Good question. I think we'd better go have a word with him. Time to unmask this monster of a mystery. The last time I saw Mr. LaBelle, he was reacting in the foyer. Wait, no. Next stop, the Manor Foyer. With any luck, he's still there waiting for us. There's no one here. I guess our luck isn't so good when it comes to Mr. LaBelle. Maybe he's out for a walk or something. Somebody left something on the side of the caretaker's office window. Hammertown Pro Wrestling, Howlin' Wolf versus Pretty Boy Vampire, blow-by-blow commentary. Looks like someone circled a pro wrestling match. Hey, what do you think you're doing? It's Oh, Mr. Filch. What can I do for you? I bet she was going to scream monster, which really isn't much of a stretch. Ain't nothing I need you to do for me, but what business do you got with my TV listings? Oh no, it just caught my eye. Can I ask you if you watched this wrestling program today? Yep, 'twas a match between a couple of ranked amateurs, though. It was a complete disaster. I reckon even I could have done better than that. I seriously doubt that. Give me one moment, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I had to go grab me a drink. My throat's kind of dry. I'm gonna be talking a lot, so kind of needed it. Good power rate. Okay. Almost forgot. There's something I wanted to ask. Mr. Filch, did you see anything unusual around the time of the murder? For example, Ten Mataro or something like that? Huh? Ten Mataro? So you did see him. My, how clean and shiny your forehead is again today, Mr. Lawyer, sir. Bet you're shining up every day, real party-like. The ladies must love it. Don't change the subject, and for your information, that was a seriously bad attempt at flattery. Jinxie said that she saw Ten Mataro flee towards the foyer, so you must have seen him too if you were here. Yikes! Wow, I really pushed a button there. Well, did you see anything or not? That is quite enough. I must ask that you not pester my friend anymore. Yikes! Forgive me for being pestered, sir. And you are? I'm Floyd LaBelle. Food divine and personal aid to Mayor Damien Tenma. Food divine? More like yokai grotesque. This place is crawling with fucking monsters. Oh, excuse you. You smell like a Smash Brothers player. Ah, what the fuck? The hell was that for? It was just a little cologne. You had a look of stinky sweat about you. It's from my own original brand of cosmetics called Jesus LaBelle. Oh, what a heavenly scent. I think you just paralyzed my olfactory receptors, you fuck. I suppose such a scent would be difficult for a peasant to appreciate. I'll have you know that is brand number 5, Bonjour. It's my way of introducing myself. Enjoy. Where's my bottle of adieu so I can return the favor and get the fuck out of your face? Enough about cologne. Please tell us what you saw around the time of the murder. I heard you were the one who told Juicy not to mention that she saw Ten Mataro. Why that little... So she told you what she saw the demon, did she? Mr. LaBelle, do you mind if I ask whether, you believe in the village superstitions? Oh, please. I was merely trying to keep with traditions. Nevertheless, I will say this. I wouldn't stick my nose into this whole Ten Mataro business if I were you. Bad things happen to those who do. That much is true. He is one scary monster. That's crazy. You expect me to believe that monsters are real? Well, you're real, and you sure look like a monster yourself, Mr. Justice. Look who's talking, you clown-faced JoJo freak! So, Mr. LaBelle, you just... Little Jinxie has an active imagination, isn't that right, Phineas? That's right. I didn't see anything, especially not Ten Mataro. As for me, I only see things of beauty. That's why I can barely see you. What? I got 2 words for this guy. Total freak. Or, good call him, a jack and an ass. Your alibi. Can I ask you what you were doing at the time of the crime? In other words, you'd like to hear my alibi? Just to think that you would suspect me of all people. The rich man that it totally isn't suspicious of murder. No, it's just a formality. Motherfucker! It's just a formality. We ask everyone the same question. Ah! How dare you doubt me? That's an affront to beauty itself. You obviously can't see straight, you Smash Brothers player. Like that spritz really helped. What were we doing, you ask? Go ahead, Filchy. Answer the question. the time of the crime, we were, in this here foyer. So he's lying. Exactly. Good lawyer, Filchi. Good answer. Just repeating what you told me. Ouch! You said quite enough. What is with these two? Great. Now he's got me talking like that. Are we quite through here? I'm a very busy man, you know. I gotta go and work on balls of steel for JoJo. Right. Well, thanks for your help anyway. So these two were in the foyer but didn't see Tenmataro? Come along, Filchi. Where are we going? Oh, right. Gotta practice the statements for tomorrow. Yikes, my eyes! You're gonna dig your own grave with that big mouth of yours someday. What does he mean, practice statements? Now, if you excuse me, it's time to touch on my makeup. Apollo, I know this sounds strange, but Mr. LaBelle seems unusually preoccupied with Tenmataro. Really? How can you tell? Well, it's kind of hard to explain. You see, I can read people's emotions from the tone of their voice. You mean you have good ears? Something like that. People's emotions are expressed in the tone of their voice. And my ears can pick up on even the subtlest of tones for some reason. That's an interesting skill, but what do you mean he's preoccupied with Tenmataro? Not exactly sure, but it was like he was obsessed with the thought of Tenmataro. That's what I picked up from his voice anyway. Everywhere we turn, it's Tenmataro this, Tenmataro that. God damn. We should go talk to the mayor too. Sounds like a plan. We need to get to the bottom of that rumor about him wanting to release Tenmataro. Something's wrong, Apollo? Where did your enthusiasm go? What am I doing asking the mayor if he has ever thought about releasing Tenmataro? At best, he'll think I'm a fucking moron. At worst, ugh. Ah, he's here. It's so nice to finally meet you, sir. I'm Mr. Justice's partner, Athena Sykes. I'm looking forward to working with you, Mr. Taro. Hmm? Oh, yes, I look forward to working with you, too. Glad he didn't mind Athena calling him by the completely wrong name. Hello. He's just as kind and gentle looking as I'd imagined. Lucky for you, after that blunder you just made. There was something I wanted to talk to you about. There are rumors going around about how you want to or did set Tenmataro free. What utter nonsense! They always assume the worst of me because of the way I look. But those rumors don't have a shred of truth, I tell you. A little touchy about his appearance, isn't he? What he really needs is to work on are his people skills. It scares the shit out of me. So rumor has it that you want to push the merger through in order to release Tenmataro. Of course, that's a bunch of bullshit, isn't it? Sorry if I offended you. So that's the talk of the town, is it? I can see that would make you angry. What if Jigsy's schoolmates start teasing her about this? Huh? I must break out of here at once. Her tormentors must be taught a lesson. No, wait. We have to get to a not guilty verdict first. Don't try to stop me. This is about a father's duty of his darling daughter. Hold tight, sweet Jigsy. Daddy's coming to save you. Relax. We'll look after your daughter until we can get you free. Is that so? You don't need me to go straighten things out myself? Oh boy. Probably calling a SWAT team if he showed up at her school. Oh, right. I ought to ask about the reason behind the merger. Seems you were rather forceful in pushing for the municipal merger. Did you suddenly want that Ninetales that bad? Yes, well, it was an attractive price in terms of tourism. The fuck was that? Wait, am I feeling what I think I'm feeling? Sure, I played a bit of hardball, but only when I deemed it necessary. I knew it. My bracelet's reacting. What is it, Apollo? Mayor Tenma may not be telling the whole truth. Really? How can you tell? People invariably tense up when they lie. That's where my bracelet here comes in. I can sense when the person I'm talking to is feeling tense. Because we begin to feel tight on my arm. No way! You could do that? Wait, so you believe me just like that? Sure, each of us has our own special gifts. Oh, right, she has a gift too, a special sense of hearing. Still, what do you think the mayor's lying about? I don't know, but it's our job to find out. Let's see if I still remember how to do this. First, press Y to use my bracelet. Right, now let's give it a whirl. Remember this feeling of intense concentration. The ability to see the smallest twitch, the slightest frown that no one else can see. Now, Mayor Tempetar was lying somewhere in the false statement that he just made, and when he lied, a certain habit made itself clear right under his right eye. I just have to shift my viewpoint up and focus on that area. I gotta pour over every word he says and wait for it to appear. And when it does, I'll perceive it. Mr. Mayor, please, you can trust me with the truth. The truth? I don't understand. When you mentioned tourism, the bottom of your right eye started twitching. What nonsense is this? So what if it did? Please, tell us more about your merger bid. What more is there to tell? Why are you really seeking to merge with Ninetales Vale? I already told you, tourism. The monster craze really revitalized the village, making it quite the prize. You really don't trust us, do you? What are you talking about? The village has been hot property ever since the monster craze started, has it not? I think you have yet to realize that what you're saying contradicts the facts. You say that the monster craze really revitalized Ninetales Vale, so you felt there would be an attractive prize for its tourism, but that would contradict this. Take that! The monster craze in the Ninetales Vale is a very recent phenomenon. It was sparked when the amazing Ninetales rose up against the municipal merger. The village was practically a ghost town before this. Ugh. So, you see, you couldn't have possibly seen it as an attractive prize for its tourism. What's the real reason behind your push to merge the Tenma Town with the Ninetales Vale, huh? Well, Are you ready to tell me the truth now? Honestly, I never wanted to pursue the merger in the first place. But I had no choice if I wanted to protect my darling little Jinxie. Protect her from what? I received a threat. It said either I go through with the merger or my Jinxie dies. What? How awful! Who would do such a thing? I don't know. Wait, so you think the blackmailer and the killer should be one and the same? Alderman Kyobi was immensely popular, so you have to ask, who would want him dead? But why go from blackmail to murder? The merger protest won't just disappear just because the letters, or because the alderman was killed. Could it be? What if there was another reason for the murder? Maybe the blackmailer discovered Alderman Kyobi's secret identity. And his secret identity was a threat to the blackmailer's murder scheme. What do secret identities have to do with anything, Apollo? I have evidence revealing that Alderman's secret identity. Maybe it's time to use it. No ideas yet? Well, no new theories or anything? Oh, I get it. You're testing me. You're wondering whether the new gal, that's me, has the right stuff, huh? Well, the answer is, of course I do. It was just a question. I wasn't testing you. Well, then don't ambush me like that. It's rude. You're a real joker, huh, Apollo? Looks like she really doesn't have any ideas. Can't believe Jinxie thinks she saw him at Taro. Something wrong? You look kind of pale. What? No, you're way off. She's scared. I thought of meeting a real-life yokai as absolutely thrilling. Yikes. Widget. I have to agree with him. Maybe go talk to Filch in the manor. Okay, so he doesn't care about those things. Gotcha. Oh, it says I already searched here, but it doesn't hurt to check. Amazing Ninetales seems to have disappeared. Oh, well, as long as you don't get any funny ideas yourself, Polly. Just because this is a tough case doesn't mean you get to disappear too. Don't worry, I'm fine. Oh, but better win this case. Lose this one and you'll be demoted for real to my assistant. Think your job's hard now? Just wait until you have to walk a tightrope, be a human cannonball, and get sawn in two. How about a disappearing act? I could really use one right about now. What should I do? Well, Trissy's 2 cents has the answer if you let me think for a second. Oh, I know! It's those horns, Polly. How about I come off for you? Don't even think about it. Oh, wait. You can't feel your way around without those things. Wouldn't want you to go around banging into stuff. These aren't horns, and they're not antenna either. Alright, give me one moment. I need to go and feed the pets of the house. So I will be right back. Hang tight, y'all. Bell, move. Reba. Reba. Sorry about that. I had to go and feed the household. I have returned. That actually woke me up a little bit, surprisingly, because it's kind of drowsy for whatever reason, because I didn't get enough sleep last night. Alright, let's keep going, y'all. Aww, I didn't see that before. She has a little shrine to her dad over there. So where do I go? There's something I have to present to Jinxie, maybe. Do you see a lot of monsters, Jinxie? Uh-huh. In fact, I encountered this, Shuri this morning. Shuri? You know, I don't know I don't know that one. Tell me more about it. It's a mean little beast that trips you by bumping into your shins. I keep tripping all the time because of that pesky little thing. When it gets really bad, I stick, Shuri, warding charms on my shins. How about investing in some shin guards and watching your step instead? Doesn't care. I've talked about everything I need to with her. Do you think the Tenmataro Jinxie saw was the real killer? It's hard to say at this point. But if that's not our killer, then what was it doing in the manor? Maybe it just wanted to use the bathroom. Huh? I've heard of monsters in the closet and under the bed. They're in the bathroom too? No, I'm just saying is Tenmataro Jinxie saw what someone dressed up like the yokai. I mean, there's no such thing as monsters in the bathroom. People, on the other hand. Oh, I get it. That was your attempt at a joke. Very funny. For someone so competitive and smart, she sure gets some crazy ideas. Chair. So, who do you think is the man behind the amazing Ninetales mask? Well, there was that white hair we found inside the mask. I have a feeling it's going to be very valuable clue. We should run a DNA test on it. Ooh, and what if the results show that the hair's not human? Don't you think it's fun to fantasize about stuff like that? Sure, as long as you're prepared to have that fantasy shattered by the results too. In that case, let's forget about the DNA testing. Even though that was right next to the chair. This is the photo of the crime scene. You didn't happen to see a yokai there, did you? What in the world are you talking about? Oh no, I'm not saying I believe in monsters or anything. I'm sorry. Please, somebody let me out of here. So did you see anyone, you know, like, I don't know, Tenmataro, or... Never mind, just forget it. You laughing with me, at me, or even laughing at all? It's kind of hard to tell. Mayor Tenma, please take a look at this if you would. That's the amazing Ninetales mask. What is the meaning of this? This mask was almost definitely at the crime scene, and there was some white hair. There was some white hair inside. White hair, you say? There was only but one person with white hair in the manor that day. What are you saying? You know which man I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about Rex Kyobi, the amazing Nine-Tails himself. No way! The Alderman was impossible. Wait, come to think of it, Alderman Kyobi was a former pro wrestler. So the blackmailer turned killer when he discovered the Alderman's secret identity. Didn't I just say that? But yeah, the Amazing Nine-Tails was a threat to the blackmailer scheme. He opposed the merger and, as a result, single-handedly sparked the monster craze. Even so, what was that mask doing at the crime scene? There had to be an event at the manor, and maybe Alderman Kyobi had taken part in it, if you catch my drift. This is absurd. Mr. Mayor, do you have proof of the threat that was made against you? Yes, a blackmail letter. Unfortunately, it disappeared after the murder. I've been carrying it around in my briefcase, but now it's suddenly vanished. The blackmailer must have taken it with them after they killed Alderman. Well, at least we clearly established the killer's motive. Mayor Tenma, your visiting hour is over. It would appear this meeting is adjourned. Apollo, do you really think the Tenma Taro that Jinxie saw is the killer? I don't know. All I know is there's no such thing as monsters. What about the newspaper article? Could the killer have purposely freed Tenma Taro to do their dirty work? Oh, come on. There wasn't even Tenma Taro to release in the first place. Yeah, but the only suspects the police have right now are the mayor and the yokai. We'll probably be arguing whether there was a yokai involved in court tomorrow. I can already see that look of disbelief on the judge's face. Apollo, you alright? I'm fine. I'll think of something. I'd better, because I can't very well say a flying demon was the killer. At this point, the only thing I know for sure tomorrow is going to be a doozy of a trial. To be continued. Oh my god, bro. Damn it. Sucks because I'm the only one here who won't shut up. I fed them, I gave them water, and I'm not walking them for a while. I already walked them. You okay, Athena? You've been really antsy ever since we got here. I'm just excited. This is my first real court case after all. Yeah, real ball of excitement she is. I know just what she needs. Athena! Ah! Didn't you ever learn about indoor and outdoor voices? What the hell was that? I'm just trying to show you the best way to relieve your pretrial jitters. By scaring the daylights out of me? No, I find that shouting "I'm fine" in a loud voice really relieves stress. It's part of my cord to steal voice workout, and I must before every trial. You want me to shout? Here? That's right, here. I'll go first, then you try. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine! Alright, I'm Athena Sykes, and I'm fine! I think that actually worked. I thought it might help. Always works for me. An old friend of mine from junior high and I say it all the time. I see. Proven remedy to calm the soul. I like it. Hey, how about we finish off with a race around the courthouse? The point is to relieve stress, not get exhausted. What's with all the racket, you two? Ah, Mr. Wright. Just a little voice workout. Hey, what's with the suit? Oh, this? I was thinking of getting my attorney's badge back is all. That's all? That's huge news, but why now? I have a feeling I'll be needed in the courtroom again sometime soon. But we could talk about that another time. No fair. Inquiring minds want to know. But wow. So used to him in his usual laid-back clothes. That suit makes him look like $1 million. By the way, have you heard about the prosecutor assigned to this case? Yeah, he's serving time, but before that he was a prosecutor. He also uses psychology? That's right. I've heard the rumors about how he was back before his conviction. Using the power of suggestion, he can make even the most stalwart defendants confess. Psychology in the courtroom. Been hearing a lot about that recently. So he must be a pretty scary guy, considering he's a prison inmate and all. So they say. They also say he'll cut you down if you talk too much. Ah! I knew he was going to be bad news. It's probably just hyperbole, at least I hope for your sake. Wait, so is it true or not? Let's just say you should be concise in choosing words carefully. If you'd like to keep that head of yours attached to the rest of your body, that is. I want to know ages. 16. Jinxie's younger than her? What the hell? Okay. Hazy Ninetales doesn't know. Jinxie's father is 45. Rex Kyobi. So he's not the deceased. Dana Sykes, 18. Phineas Filch, 50. Bobby Fulbright, 33. Florent LaBelle, 33. Phoenix Wright, 44. Or, I can't read, 34. Damn! So that means that this... Does it say my age? No, it doesn't. It doesn't say mine or... It just says Athena's age. It doesn't say Apollo's. If I'm remembering correctly, when she was 15, he was 10 years older than her, so... Apollo's 26. Because when Phoenix was 7, he was born. Okay. Yikes! Better tone down my cords of steel, too. So, are you all ready? Might be a good idea to check the court record again before stepping into the ring. I'll do that now, actually. Okay? So where all that blood was, those feathers on his outfit really remind me of something. Reminds me of this motherfucker though. Huh. Right, Mr. Wright, but I'm fine. I'll be watching from the gallery. Good luck. Thanks. Okay, let's do this. The odds of pulling this one off are ridiculously low, but that's nothing new. Believe in our client, seek the truth. That's all we can do. Hang in there, Mayor Tenma. Here comes justice! 1, court is now in session. All rise! So, who's this Black Quill motherfucker? I don't know who that is. Court is now in session for the trial of Damien Tenma. Apollo Justice, defense team leader, is ready, Your Honor. I know that big booming voice from anywhere. As shippier as ever, eh, Mr. Justice? But who's the young lady next to you? I'm Athena Sykes, Mr. Justice's junior partner and fresh out of law school. Well now, full of beans too, huh? Excellent. Makes an old man feel young again. Now for the prosecution. It appears that the prosecution's not ready yet. Never fear, for I shall explain. It's just a minor procedural complication, Your Honor. Prosecution for this case is being escorted from prison as we speak. Prison? Oh, yes, of course. I almost forgot that he's currently serving time.
Yep, Prosecutor Blackwell's an inmate.
Oh no. He's the one that's connected to her trauma?
But even a convicted murderer still got a job to do and duties to perform.
Who's that with his back to us over there? That's him. I'm sure of it. Prosecutor Blackquill. Is the prosecution ready? Enough jabbering. Get on with it already. Aha! Of course, forgive me. Why are all the people related to this case so fucking scary, dude? Very well put, Mr. Prosecutor Blackwell. Your opening statement. What's the matter? Must we continue to fritter away time like this? Isn't it? It is all right. There, the indictment, an opening statement would be pointless. Pointless? Well, looks like the cat, or in this case, the prosecutor, has the judge's tongue. But, we need an opening statement as an overview of the case at hand. Well then, your baldness, if it's so very important, why don't you do the honors? Who, Murray? There's a term for people who whine and fuss about how they need silly, useless things. And then decide they no longer want them once it's theirs. Selfish old fool. Huh? Wait, was that the prosecution's opening statement? Old dotards such as you are plague upon the young. I pity your poor grandchildren. Or is it great-grandchildren? All these years, I thought the opening statement was the prosecutor's job. Well, I suppose I could give it a try. Might be a nice change of pace. What? He actually fell for that shit? That must have been the power of suggestion Mr. Wright was talking about. The opening statement, huh? Let's see here. The victim was one Rex Kyobi, the alderman of the Nine Tails Vale. And the defendant, Damien Tenma, mayor of Tenma Town, is accused of his murder. And why, pray tell, was the mayor arrested? His prints were found on the murder weapon. Plus, he had a motive, the elimination of the biggest roadblock to the municipal merger. The caretaker and the secretary, other potential suspects, both have alibis. And his daughter, who was also in the vicinity at the time of the incident, has no motive. So, in a nutshell, I'd have to say that the charges against the defendant are incontrovertible. Bravo, your baldness. Your years of experience shine bright like your head. Ho ho ho! Flattery will get you everywhere. He's playing Simon Says with the judge. Moving right along now, let's hear from our first witness for today, Detective Fulbright. Witness, please state your name and occupation. I am the detective assigned to this case, Bobby Fulbright. Oh, and I'll be keeping tabs on old Blackwell here. I also heard you would provide protection if it ever came to that. Seems that I have been sorely underestimated. Wait, who's protecting who from what now? Still, I truly believe anyone can turn their life around, even old Blackwell here. Fulbright, save your platitudes for funerals. Get on with your statement. That's the spirit. Justice must be swift and true. I see it in your eyes. There is hope for your rehabilitation and return to society. I will never give up. I will never give up on you. Prosecutor Blackwell doesn't seem to intimidate Detective Fulbright. Well, you know what they say, ignorance is bliss. Oh, so that's why Detective Fulbright was assigned to Blackwell. He's so oblivious. Now, let's have your first statement, Detective Fulbright. You got it! But first, I'd like to say to the defense that justice will ultimately prevail. About the murder. Alderman Keobi was murdered with a spear that had been on the wall. The fingerprints of the defendant, Damien Tenma, were found on the murder weapon. At the time, Alderman Keobi was asleep from a drug he unwillingly ingested. Mayor Tenma attacked his hapless victim, impaling him like a human shish kebab. But the sudden pain jolted the victim awake, and he grabbed a statue and struck back. Alderman Keobi had been slipped some kind of sleep-inducing drug? That's right! The accused was scared because the alderman was a former pro wrestler. So he slipped him a drug to make sure he'd be out cold and defenseless. Here's the autopsy report to prove it. Estimated time of death around 3:20 p.m. The victim had been in a drug-induced slumber when he was stabbed. And the victim managed to attack his attacker despite being impaled by the spear? That sounds almost superhuman. Is it even possible? Well, he was a former pro wrestler after all. That spear was probably nothing more than a mosquito bite to him.
Objection!
Not so fast. Don't try to brush it all off by saying Alderman had been a pro wrestler. Do you really expect us to believe he could fight back after being skewered by a spear? Never heard of the incredible feats of which man is capable of in a pinch, have you? Like the samurai of yore, wrestlers can battle through immense pain. It sharpens their senses. I used to talk about it with a former wrestler I met in the clink. I don't know. Still sounds a little far-fetched. Does it now? Then perhaps we should test the theory of you with the edge of my blade. I didn't sign up for this! So your life is spared. For now. Please let those shackles be made of titanium. I don't want to die. My investigations are thorough as they are foolproof, for my name isn't Fulbright. I vow to resign immediately if I ever make a false arrest. The accused's fingerprints are on the weapon, and he's the one person without an alibi. Quite decisive evidence, wouldn't you agree, your baldness? The defense is sounding guiltier by the minute. He has the judge leaning towards a guilty verdict, and the trial's just barely begun. What's more, a curious rumor about the accused is making rounds. They say he seeks the merger for the purpose of freeing Tenma Taro from his imprisonment. Truth be told, I can think of no real reason to show interest in that backwards bird. Perhaps he's a complete nutter and really does seek to release an imaginary demon. Either way, he is raving mad and more than capable of murdering the alderman. That mayor is a strange one. I heard he went into a blood drive and instead of donating, he tried to make a withdrawal. Order! There wouldn't be no gossiping in my court, goddammit! Your boldness, please take a gander at those charms plastered across his cranium. I hear they're meant to keep him safe from possession by the demon Tenmataro. But then again, perhaps he's already under the demon's spell. Behold, the lunatic appears poised to lunge into at any moment. Ah! The rumors and quirks of Mayor Tenma have no relevance to this case. Besides, those charms on his head, they're just a fashion statement, I think. Come to think of it, such things don't seem relevant to this case, do they? The prosecution will refrain from dragging our client's reputation through the mud. Oh, what a dreadfully fearsome lass we have here. Whew. Thanks for that lifeline, Athena. Careful, Apollo. He has the judge dancing in the palm of his hand. Power suggestion is one of more powerful tools in Simon Blackwell's arsenal. He's trying to manipulate everyone's impression to suit his objectives. This guy really is bad news. In any case, it seems like our victim did manage to defend himself despite being impaled. What sort of weapon did he use against his attacker? None other than the statue right here. It appears to be a statue of two strange creatures locked in battle. Two yokai to be exact. On the other side is the nine-tailed fox, and on the other is Tenmataro. Quite interesting if you think about it. It's as though this very case was rendered in art. Mr. Justice, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Alderman Kilby was murdered with a spear that had been on the wall. Oh shit. So those weapons on the wall of the Fox chamber, I presume those were real? Don't you think keeping real weapons around like that is rather dangerous? No matter what he collected, the alderman insisted it to be the real deal. For instance, he had a real demon's club in his possession. Apparently, one of his ancestors claimed it after defeating a demon in battle. What? That's gotta be an old wives' tale. The alderman had pure unadulterated justice flowing through his veins. Whenever he did it right. We've a real champion of justice in his death. Nothing but claptrap and balderdash, if you ask me. Now stop beating, or stop bleeding and tell us about the weapon. Your wish is my command! The fingerprints of the defendant, Damien Tenma, were found on the murder weapon.
Objection!
Nope, it's not that. Doesn't make sense if you think about it. Prince could be easily wiped off. You do have a point there. I'd venture to say he did not wipe off the prince because he could not. What do you mean? Looks like he wants you to figure it out. Well, don't just stand there. Show him who's boss. I'm totally lost. So why don't you just tell me the answer already? I don't think you saw that playground. You feeling alright, kid? Running a fever, perhaps? I wish trials came with a reset button. Well, the specifics may yet come to light. Please proceed, Detective Fulbright. At the time, Alderman Kyobi was asleep from a drug he unwittingly ingested. Come to think of it, a coffee cup was found on the floor. Was a sedative in his coffee. Bingo! We found traces of a sleeping agent all over the inside of the cup. And that is why he was out cold. That is, until he leapt to his feet upon being impaled by the man. What an awful way to wake up. Rather stimulating eye-opener, if you ask me. I, too, would have risen to attack, for to die in battle is the samurai way. Paradise awaits fallen heroes, but that hole in his stomach would make eating a challenge. Prosecutor Blackwell, please! Those morbid jokes of yours have no place in this court! Says the jester in detective's guise. Moving right along. Mayor Tenma attacked his hapless victim, impaling him like a human shish kebab. So the alderman was drugged because he was really strong? Did you see those rock-hard muscles of his? I'm surprised the spear even managed to pierce that armor like musculature. I admit, I'm completely jealous of what that righteous body of his. Well, he did look pretty buff, even in that suit he had on. Quite a difference when compared to a yellow belt with a yellow belly like you. Yellow belly? Who even says that anymore? Yeah, and the color's all wrong too. Ooh, I know. How about a squishy red tomato? I move to strike both of your comments from the record. Mr. Justice's character is not the issue here. Now let's get back to what happened after the far more muscular alderman was impaled. Yes, well, your average person would likely have died on the spot. But the sudden pain jolted the victim awake. And he grabbed a statue and struck back. Could he really have attacked his attacker after being impaled with that huge spear? Absolutely. After all, he was once a pro wrestler. The injustice of being drugged and speared was answered with a righteous counterattack. But does being a former pro wrestler make him inhuman? Absolutely. After all, he was one of the good guys, like a superhero on the side of justice. Even though he was retired, he could still don his superhero guise in times of need. Objection! You need to lay off the comic books, man. We're talking about real life here. Setting aside the half-wits flights of fantasy, the fact is this. The court-ordered post-mortem concluded the victim moved after his skewering. So he found the strength somehow to attack her, huh? Detective Fulbright's testimony sounds airtight. No wonder he's so confident. No, he only thinks it's airtight. It's up to us to poke some holes in it. That part about Alderman fighting back sounds like a big hole waiting to be poked. So when he said he fought back... Sudden jolt awake. So bloody footprints and a black feather, I wouldn't show that. Weapon used to bludgeon the mayor. Who's the mayor in this case? So... I'm gonna save and show the autopsy report.
Objection!
No, that's not it. I think I'm gonna go with the more obvious thing then.
Objection!
Did the alderman really strike the mayor? What? Are you questioning my sense of justice? Your so-called justice needs to find itself a pair of legs to stand on. You claim the alderman struck back after the mayor put the spear through him. But the statue he supposedly used to defend himself creates a major hole in your theory. It would appear that the defense has a counter-argument. Very well, let's hear what the defense thinks that what's odd about this. There are no fingerprints on this supposed crucial piece of evidence. And if you look at the crime scene photo, you'll notice that the alderman isn't wearing gloves. Yeah, yes, I believe he is quite gloveless indeed. If he touched the statue with his bare hands, he should have left some fingerprints. Detective Fulbright, you did take that into account during your investigation, didn't you? Oh, this can't be happening! Did I arrest the wrong man? You had your shoes taken from under you, bro, so... You did it, Apollo. You knocked Detective Fulbright off his high horse. Well, it's just 1 point in our favor. Who do you suppose clubbed the mayor if it wasn't, the alderman? Well, if it wasn't the alderman, that means someone else must have clubbed the mayor. You mean there was a third party there in the Fox chamber? Exactly. And this could be the big break we've been looking for. There does seem to be a hole in the prosecution's argument. Prosecutor Blackwell, would you care to respond to the defense's assertion? The least you could do is look at me while being dismissive. Your mind is as dull as an unhoned blade, Justice Dono. Justice Dono? He's been watching too many samurai flicks. It'll take far more than that to cut down Simon Blackwell. A whelp such as you has no hope against my superior swordsmanship. This is a trial, not a sword fight, Prosecutor Blackwell. There is a perfectly good explanation for the lack of prints on the statue. You might recall there's a blood-stained cloth found at the scene of the crime. Well, it just so happens that the blood was the mayor's. So, what are you getting at? Hone your mind, boy. Why was there blood on that cloth? Solve that riddle and you'll see that the hole you just found, or you thought you found, is but an illusion. Now, let's see. How was that cloth used? Was it used... Maybe the alderman wrapped the statue in the cloth. In short, he wasn't touching the statue directly when he used it to strike back at the mayor. Ah! Precisely. Bully for you, boy. Aw, it was nothing. Apollo, don't let him start manipulating you too. Chin up, back straight. You just closed the hole for the prosecution. I did? Ah, fuck, I did. Right. That statue was wrapped in cloth and would leave no fingerprints. This is plain as day. But this also proves that there's no holes in the theory of the alderman striking back. Ah! Now do you see how dull your mind is? I'll make sure to sharpen it next time. A particularly frightening inmate once told me that. He always tenderly honed his blades before he went to work, like the samurais of yore. Samurai? Sounds more like a homicidal maniac to me. Actually, he was working in the prison kitchen at the time. Wait, so the inmate was a murdering samurai prison chef? It would seem that the victim and his killer were the only ones there after all. I was kind of attached to that hole. Now what? Hello, I just thought of something. They didn't find anyone's fingerprints on the statue. Who's to say someone other than Alderman didn't hit the mayor with it? Why didn't I think of that? Anyone could have not left fingerprints on it. Then who, pray tell, struck the mayor with the statue? Please illuminate us with your wisdom, young lady. There's only one answer. The real killer. Prove the existence. Hold on, one moment. We'll be back on our regularly scheduled programming in just a moment. Ow. Sir, can I help you? Yes, I'm currently dueling with Blackwell. What's up?
Well, it looks like the courtroom is exploding.
Ah, shit. Okay. Well, let me get to the little bit that I need to finish here. And then I'll pay more attention to you in a second, because I was going to take a break for food anyway. Prove the existence of this real killer then. What evidence
I'm
has
sorry, there's actual fucking voice acting now? What the fuck?
me? I'm doing it.
No.
I'm streaming, sir. Oh, you're talking about that. Yeah, enjoy that.
Wait a minute. Is this a secret evidence to use the AI?
Yep. Oh, I'll give you evidence, all right. Dina, are you sure about this? To borrow your words, Apollo, I'm fine. Take a look at this. Black feathers and tracks allegedly from a yokai were found at the scene. I believe they're from the third party who struck the mayor with that statue. Is the defense actually suggesting some sort of monster killed the alderman? That's exactly what I'm suggesting.
Objection!
No, Athena, you just lost what little credibility we had left with that. Ah, fuck! Sorry. I guess I got carried away. Mr. Justice, we have no time to deal with objections between members of the defense. Sorry, Your Honor. It's just, this kid's still, well, a kid. Ouch. You meanie, I'm reporting this to Mr. Wright. Damn. So, is this court to believe that the feathers of the tracks are from a yokai, as you put it? No, Your Honor. I believe they're a fabrication. The real killer wants us to believe some sort of monster murdered that alderman. Interesting. Why do you... Actually, I'll do this, because I don't want you having this spoiled, but I'm listening to you. Why do you suppose the killer would do that? Why indeed? Mr. Justice, you seem as new as this your partner of yours. Ouch. This, I'm not reporting to Mr. Wright. It'll be explained. Don't ask why he has anime syndrome. You know, the who and why behind those black tracks and feathers. What? You mean you can explain all that? What the fuck? Our investigative prowess is without equal. I'm starting to think I chose the wrong profession. Very well, let's hear about these so-called yokai feathers and tracks. That'll be a little bit later this evening, because my phone is dying and I'm hungry. So, sorry for the split streams, but this is going to take longer anyway. Look into the streams either later tonight or at some point tomorrow, but definitely tonight I'll get back on this, because I want to figure out what the hell is going on with this case, dude. Alright, thanks for checking out my stream, dudes. I will see you guys later.